We are back for another episode. I'm just getting ready for another track day at Phillip Island. Been doing a few little bits and pieces to the bike. Firstly, I'm just going to spin over here. Firstly, I've got some number boards actually painted on there now, whereas previously they were vinyl wrap. So this looks better because mainly in here the wrap and stuff was being a bit crappy. I've also done the nose, the head thing, which I'll get to in a sec. But one of the issues that I've tried to rectify is the running so cold. I think the aim sensor is actually reading a little bit colder than what the actual dash temperature is. So I'm going to put a camera on the bike so I can actually watch what the temperature does a bit more rather than just the aim, so then I've got two inputs for it. I think that will probably help. So I can watch on here when that temp comes on exactly what temperature the bike is running. So hopefully by taking on that bottom radiator, we should be in a much better spot to actually run at around 85 or so degrees. The nose cone just finished. Got the new numbers on there. So you can see we have changed from 33 to 333, mainly because a mate of mine also has an SRAD and is running 33. So we're both in the same period class if I ever get around to actually having time to race. So I think it's better just to have a different number. And he kind of raced first, so Lee, 33 is yours. So in addition to actually getting the bike back on another track day down at Phillip Island this week, I'm hoping to actually work through the progress to actually go classic racing at some point. I should have done the local national championship, which is at the end of this month, middle of this month, November. But I've got work commitments and stuff, so I can't do it. So I had to withdraw my entry. But also it was probably a bit silly trying to race a national championship in the Period 7 Superbike class as your first ever race. So I think it'll be fine in the end. So the plan is to do some further training, do some coaching, and then to do a first race in the bracket series at the start of, I think it's January or February next year, and then look at whatever the local classic race series and stuff availability is after that. So yeah, it should be fun. I'm really clear to race at the Grand Prix round if they do that again. They had the Superbike Masters run there this year, and it was pretty cool to see SRADs and ZX7s and GSXR 1100s and whatnot floating around, and it was pretty cool. So other than being at MotoGP weekend and getting to ride around the track before all the MotoGP riders come around, I think it would be a cool thing to do anyway, just to race against other SRADs. So that's the plan. I'm going to do a sort of a series, I guess, on how I go from never ever racing before to trying to race. The times I need to be competitive, to be not dead last in the field, I need about another 5 or 10 seconds of that, probably at the island, which I think is fairly gettable, given I think the best time there is 2 minutes. Another SRAD at the Superbike Masters, they were running 1:43, I think Ash did on his, which was pretty good. But if you go back, so he came fourth and he was the first Period 7, but if you go back towards the mid to end of the pack, they were doing around 1:51s or 1:53s or something like that. So I've probably got around 7 seconds to find, and I think that's easily doable with a bit more, I don't know, with a little bit of coaching. And a little bit more just trying to ride like you actually mean it, I guess. Braking a bit later, getting on the gas a bit earlier, and generally trying to move my body position off the bike, I think, is probably the nutshell of where we need to be. So that's kind of the plans for the next little while. I'm going to do the coaching with Full Throttle Coaching because I have a mate who went through their coaching process and their training and stuff. So I think it looks like a pretty good system. They've got the first one is on December 11th at Broadford, where it's like a whole day, 30 people, and they walk you through, do track walks and everything. And I'm pretty sure it sounds like a really interesting experience. And then I've got some one-on-one coaching with Ted, and the rest of his team on the 17th of December at the island. So that should be good. So I will, yeah, get that happening in the next little while. I'll probably do some kind of track footage or some vlog from Phillip Island on Monday. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Scheduled to rain, so I don't like talking about the weather if it's going to be fine, but if it's going to be wet, I think we can do a reverse jinx on it. So let's pray that it doesn't rain and we get some decent laps in there. Yeah, cool. Just a little quick update. I'll put this all back together and then just do a little bit of fine tuning, I guess, over the next couple of days and get us ready for the weekend or for Monday. Thanks. Cheers.